It's Inktober. I think we deserve a little murder mystery in our lives. Therefore, my favorite trope that we're gonna do today is when you have that beautiful young lady whose husband was old as dirt and suddenly dies. Ma'am, did you kill your husband for the fortune? Listen, we used to see all these stories about that, like the rich billionaire who's 1 foot in the grave and a girl who's barely 30. I used to love those stories. They don't tell them like that anymore. What happened? But this OC, oh my God, isn't she pretty? See this dress on her? This is what she wears to his funeral. What? Man, what have you done? So I would want, is the story really about her? Is it about a detective that has to look into this? Because I'm pretty sure we all think she did it. Honestly, I think her entire storyline is trying to figure out whether or not she truly did it. Listen to me. This girl comes from a humble background. It's a red flag for the detective. What are you wearing? Who wears this to a funeral? You know what I mean? And her only answer is that he's the one that bought it for her years ago, begged her to put it on. When she was too shy, she said no. And now she wishes that she had. In fact, she can't seem to take the thing off. The guilt. People are allowed to grieve in whatever way makes sense to them. And I want this to be a long-standing argument between the detective and his partner. You guys have to pick a side. Comment down below. Who are you siding with? The detective? You're sure she killed her husband. We've seen this before. Or are you with his partner? She didn't do it. And that man was old. His heart was going to give out regardless. I love this so much. I want them to interview family members, the neighbors, patrons of their business, or however he made his fortune. And I want the neighbors to say, well, when it's late at night, we hear laughter and music in all the rooms. Bingo. And I want the detective to light up. And when he investigates, she's been playing their old wedding videos on blast, on repeat throughout the night. She's allowed to grieve. Isn't this a bad look for the detective? Who do I love more, this OC or this poor detective? And you know what? Maybe, I'm not trying to put the Batman level trauma on this poor detective, but I just need him to go down the rabbit hole. He's so thorough. Give me the red strings in his room, the billboards with motive and her pictures, and where did he get all this information? And the thing that bothers him the most, when the old billionaire was alive, she was never like this. She didn't wear rings on every finger. She didn't have chunky and gaudy necklaces. That happened once he died. And that's just so strange. He can't shake it. Why now? Now the detective, he makes a good point. And you can't argue with all the things that he brings up, no matter how often he does. Honestly, I think this whole thing is gonna show like suffering on both ends. This poor woman, maybe she did it. Maybe she did it and this man is getting justice. But if he is wrong, this poor woman's not allowed to heal. He's not letting her mourn. And you know, I hope he confronts her in public. You know, sometimes private isn't good enough. While you see her in the act, you've got to say something. So she's got all this jewelry on and he says, why now? And I want her to take one ring off and throw it at him. The dramatics, you need it, she's mourning. But I need her to say that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore, he's not here. What does she do with it? She can't bear to part with it and she wishes she had worn it before. Why can't she wear it now? If this is the only thing that she's got left, why can't she wear it? If she could wear it all at once, she would, but she can't. You know what I'd love? I would just love if the detective and his partner start visibly arguing. They can be seen, they can be heard through the hallways. It's time to stop pressing her. The detective thinks she's gonna crack. They're almost there. And the partner thinks she's going to snap. She's almost there. Stop it. She's in mourning. Leave this girl alone. Find the facts, but stop pressing her. I wonder what they'll do. You know, I was going for like a more latexy feel. Like it's hard and shiny for the dress. I think we pulled it off. I think that looks like it's uncomfortable to wear and wildly inappropriate for a funeral, but I love it. One point that the detective cannot let go of is her history. This woman was a librarian in a small town. How the devil did she meet the billionaire? No, she says that it was in an airport in passing. And it just doesn't sit right with him now, does it? Oh my god, I just imagine him going over old photos of her before she met him. And the only thing he can think is, how does a woman like that run into a billionaire? What words could have been exchanged? What is he missing? Personally, I think he thinks that she sought him out on purpose. What an ambitious little thing. He really does raise good points. And when he brings it up to her casually, at some point she's had enough. She's had enough. So is the partner, but that's okay. Okay, hold up. We did a thick eyebrow video, like the last one we were talking about really thick eyebrows. I'm obsessed. It's the only thing I care about. When I tell you, I'm like biting at the hinges. I freaking love. Look how much better that looks. No, you can't see from there. Look harder. Look how much better that looks because we thickened old girl's eyebrows. And I'm not just saying this because my eyebrows are not thick. Mind your business. Look how good this looks. Okay, back to the story. At some point, her mourning period ends early. Do you see how crazy this outfit is? Do you see how glitz this is? She looks like the wife of a billionaire. If only the billionaire wasn't deceased. Isn't it a little too soon? As hard as this is, I need the partner to waver. Maybe she did do it, because what are you doing, girl? What? And I want all of her replies. They've got to be so simple. She's only doing what feels right. He wouldn't want her to mourn like this. But that's what they all say, especially the guilty, huh? Actually, somebody told me, because we did a video with a bunny girl in a red dress. I think it was the Draw With Me video. Somebody told me gold and red, you're welcome. Okay, somebody knows what they were talking about. Thank you, I love it. But anyway, I just feel like this whole storyline, emotions are gonna run high and higher and higher, and it's not going to end well. And I need her replies to get way more simple. She's not trying to explain anything anymore. She's not trying to prove her innocence and her guilty at this point. She's in survival mode. So when they ask, why are you doing this? What does this mean? She's like, I have done nothing wrong. It's not a crime to be in love. I've done nothing wrong. You know, I don't actually think we've done an angsty storyline like this in a while. It's been a minute. I've missed it. How do we feel? How do we feel? Oh my god, and I just need, this is just dragging on, right? I need people to get involved now. A billionaire died, and his spouse is in question? You know that's on the news. She can't quite leave her mansion now, can she? The paparazzi. The conspiracy theorists. Now that's, you know what? Let's talk about minor characters for a minute, because the right ones, oh my god, chef's kiss. You know, I think the paparazzi torture her. They follow her around, but the conspiracy theorists are after him, the detective, because they think they know. And I bet they shout after him, right? Oh, it must be so hard to tune them out. They're just as passionate as he is, and it's sick, because sometimes they make the same points that he does. And he finds himself looking at his partner like, how have you not sided with me yet? Do we think she killed her husband? I'm still team she didn't do it. I have faith. This poor little girl, you did not kill your husband. Oh man, I'm not siding with this detective. How do you feel about open-ended stories? Where the storyline just kind of ends and you get to make your own decisions. I hate those. Ugh, cheap, cowardice. I don't want to form my own conclusions. Tell me what happened. But I'm doing that to you right now. Did she do it? Bye, guys.